It all started with a letter, just one sheet of paper that flipped my life upside down. A violation notice from the HOA claiming I was causing a neighborhood disturbance. The reason? A dog. Only problem is, I don't even own one. It was a quiet Thursday morning when I checked the mailbox and found an envelope marked with the HOA seal. Inside was a printed notice. I was being written up for violating community guidelines. According to the letter, I was allowing my dog to bark uncontrollably at night and was spotted multiple times without a leash. I stared at it, completely confused. I don't have a dog. Never have. I live alone, and my backyard hasn't seen paw prints in years. At first I thought it must have been sent to the wrong house. Simple clerical error, right? The letter included a warning. If the issue continued, I could face fines or even further action. A few days later, I got another letter, this one harsher. It said the issue had continued, and now multiple neighbors had complained. The letter claimed a large black dog had been seen roaming my yard at night, barking loudly. Some even claimed it chased a jogger. I was shocked. I hadn't seen any loose dogs, and I'd never heard any barking myself. Still, I double-checked my security cameras. Nothing. No animal activity at all. But the letters kept coming. One note mentioned a photo as evidence. When I saw it, I nearly laughed. It was a blurry nighttime image of a shadowy figure walking a dog near my fence. It wasn't me, and I had no clue who it was. At this point I felt irritated more than anything. I knew this was some kind of mix-up, and I was sure I could sort it out. I gathered security footage, made a list of timestamps, and even checked local pet registration databases. When I tried to reach out to the HOA president to clear things up, I got silence. Then one morning, I found a warning taped to my door. Final notice. That's when I realized something was off. This wasn't just poor record-keeping or mistaken identity. This was something else entirely. Over the next several days, I started documenting everything. I knocked on doors, talked to neighbors, and asked if they had heard any barking or seen a dog. Most of them looked confused. A few admitted that they'd received flyers warning about a dangerous dog on the block, but none had actually seen one. One neighbor, Mrs. Lanning, hesitated before telling me that someone from the HOA had encouraged residents to report suspicious activity related to dogs. It seemed like they were trying to manufacture a case. My confusion turned into suspicion. Why go through this trouble? Who was behind it? To catch whatever or whoever was really going on, I upgraded my outdoor security system. I installed motion-triggered floodlights and 4K cameras pointed at every angle of my yard. 3 nights passed without incident. Then, on the 4th night, around 2:40 a.m., the camera caught something. A person, dressed in dark clothing, entered through the side gate and walked a black Labrador across my backyard, then left through the same way they came. It was staged. Someone was planting a dog on my property in the middle of the night. Armed with footage, timestamps, and written logs, I requested a formal HOA meeting. I presented everything. Video of the trespasser, my lack of dog ownership, statements from neighbors. The board looked uncomfortable. Some members glanced at each other, clearly caught off guard. Then it all made sense when I noticed who wasn't there, the president. The same person who had ignored every one of my messages. My case had become his example. I'd started looking deeper into HOA records, minutes from old meetings, and found something strange. A proposal from 6 months ago suggesting new restrictions on dog ownership and penalties. Guess who pushed for it? The HOA president. Turns out, he had a personal vendetta. He'd been bitten by a stray the year before and had made it his mission to rid the neighborhood of uncontrolled pets. With help from a local attorney, I filed a formal grievance with the city housing board. I also shared the story with a neighborhood watchdog blog. The footage went semi-viral. People started asking questions. Other homeowners came forward with their own strange HOA complaints. Just when it seemed the storm had passed, I received a call from a woman named Celeste, a former HOA board member. She told me she'd resigned months ago after uncovering some shady activity involving the president and a private security firm. Apparently, he had hired them off the books to patrol problem homes, mine included. Celeste agreed to testify if things escalated legally. With her account, I now had not just a motive, but proof of abuse of power. As pressure mounted, an emergency HOA meeting was called. With residents watching and cameras rolling, the evidence was laid bare. The president tried to deny everything, but Celeste's testimony sealed the deal. He was officially removed, investigated by the city, and the HOA board restructured under new leadership. Not only was I cleared, but policies were put in place to prevent anything like this from happening again. This experience reminded me that power unchecked can lead to chaos, but the truth has a way of surfacing. If you're dealing with injustice, don't back down. Ask questions, document everything, and speak up. Because when you fight back the right way, you're never really alone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true neighborhood drama stories.